Welcome to Go, coming to you from UBC Okanagan, where, as you can see, the kids from School District 23 are getting ready with their projects. The judges are just coming out of the judging meeting, getting ready to meet the kids, find out all the research that they've been doing to get ready for this big fair. And we're going to meet the kids and find out what they've been doing coming up on the show. Well, now we've got a project that has a practical application I think everybody could appreciate. Rochelle, you're experimenting with improving Wi-Fi signals.
It's about using a parabolic reflector to improve our Wi-Fi signals so that people can have a better internet connection.
So how did you go about experimenting with this?
So I built my parabolic reflector. I measured different angles to see which angles would have the best converging of radio waves to make sure and ensure that we can have a better Wi-Fi signal.
Where did you come up with the idea for this experiment?
Well, I was at my friend's house and we were having troubles with our Wi-Fi, so I was like, oh, many people have this problem. So I decided to do a Wi-Fi project as many people worldwide need Wi-Fi.
Are you going to patent this and maybe go into manufacture them for your friends at school?
Maybe. I don't know.
Now we are talking to Ben and Ilya, who have built an electromagnetic gun. This is super cool.
Using an electromagnetic coil, it propels a metal projectile out of the barrel.
To charge it, you just press this button.
Right.
And then so the electricity goes from the battery into the capacitor. And then so when you press this button, it's the same as this button, and then it discharges the electricity, turning on the coil, pulling the striker towards it, and then that's how you shoot it.
Are we allowed to actually shoot off a small particle? Oh, this is very cool. Now we are at the booth of Jordan, who has got a very important science experiment going. Tell us a little bit about what you studied.
What I studied is I took two different types of soap, one out of coconut oil and one out of glycerin.
Right.
And I made these both, and then I took...
You made the soap yourself?
Yes, with my sister, because it does involve adult supervision, because there's the use of sodium hydroxide in the coconut oil, and children shouldn't be touching that, or normal humans.
Well, we have gloves.
Yes.
Safety first when you're doing science, right?
Eyewear.
Protective
and
eyewear.
Aprons.
And aprons.
Yes, I made this apron. And so what I did is I took the two soaps and put them in water for 10 seconds. And then when I put them in the water, I rubbed my hands with the soap for 10 seconds again to see what soap had the most bubbles.
All right, well, good. Look at that. We're learning stuff here. We're cleaning up at the science fair. These are really tight on me right now. Well, thanks.
For my hands.
Thanks for sharing, Jordan. All right, we'll be back with more cool science coming up after the break. Now, if you know me, you know I like to make scary movies. So this one, of course, caught my eye. We've got Jude and Well from OKM, and you guys were studying fear factors. Tell me a bit about your experiment.
Well, our project is based around the question, which does isolating stimuli to individual senses impact the measured fear response?
All right, so you guys were measuring heart rates and then exposing people to just the sounds or just the images?
Yeah. And videos themselves.
Definitely there was a decrease when it was just sound and visual, but not to the extent that we'd hoped. It was only by about 10 or 20 beats per minute.
But there was definitely a measurable effect. Oh, that's interesting. So if you really want to scare somebody, you got to go for the full effect, right? You got to have sound, lighting, and visual cues. Well, now we have to turn the sun gun on our camera, which uses a lot of battery power. So we thought we should stop by here where Lisa has been experimenting with making her own batteries out of some basic household ingredients.
I made these batteries out of just basic things like tinfoil for the aluminum, carbon from a water filter, and salt water that you can easily make with water and salt.
And then you were saying when you hook them all up and squeeze them together?
I could get up to 5 volts.
5 volts. Well, we're halfway to powering the camera.
And so every year, hundreds of pounds of Okanagan apples fall to the ground and can no longer be used. And so we are taking those apples and we are going to crush them up, and we're going to make a biofuel from them.
What gave you the idea? Where did you come up with this?
When we learned that we were going to participate in the science fair, we wanted to think of something that would benefit like the environment and the economy because we're both pretty big on that. And so, since Madison's family owns a distillery, we thought we'd utilize our opportunity to use it.
Well, there you have it, just the tiniest sample of the cool displays that are down here at the science fair. It's amazing the amount of work that these kids do on these science displays. That is it for the show. I'm Doug Brown. We'll see you next time on Go.